Yo, what up, folks? What's going on? Good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. It's Monday evening, so I'm going to say good evening to you. It's your favorite bus driver here, Mr. Reedus, and welcome to the Bus Driver Chronicles, man. I hope y'all had a dope weekend or whatever the weekend looked like for you. If it was chilling, I hope it was dope. If it was filled with fun events, I hope it was dope. If you had to work somehow, I still hope it was dope. Whatever you had to do this weekend, I hope that you were able to laugh, love, hopefully a little bit of relaxation to get ready for the week ahead, man. But again, your favorite bus driver here, Mr. Reedus. Welcome to the Bus Driver Chronicles. I'm doing the Chronicles a little early tonight. Man, I had a very long weekend, a great weekend, but a very long weekend, man. I ain't really have a really long weekend. I didn't really have much me time. So tonight, man, I'm going to do one of my most favorite things. I'm going to go catch a movie tonight. Mr. Reedus is going to chill tonight and catch a movie. All right. So I'm doing the Chronicles a little bit early tonight to hop in here, have a little conversation with y'all. Then I'm out. I'm going to be with y'all for about 30 minutes. 40 max, depending on how the conversation goes. We ain't gonna be too long tonight. But if you're tuning in, as always, yo, make sure you say hello to your boy Speak. Say hi, don't be rude. You know, give me a little wave, give me a what's up, give me a how are you, you know, speak to each other if you want. All that is good, all that is welcome. Also, as always, do me a favor, interact with the stream, hit that like button, heart button, smile button, all whatever button you want to smash, just The more you interact with it, the more you comment on it, the more eyes are on it, okay? So tonight we're going to have a quick little conversation about some things I just want to share with y'all, if that's cool. We'll try to hop in really quick. But as always, I'm going to give y'all a moment to hop in. I'm going to give y'all about, we'll say about 30 to 45 seconds. All right, let's go. Yo, what's the last thing? The what on the bus go what? Clink, clink. I don't remember hearing that one. Y'all let me know what that was. If y'all understood what they said in that song, the something on the something. I hope they didn't say the signals on the bus go blink, 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 because, well, yeah, Mr. Reedus uses his signals, but none of y'all do. But anyways, I digress again. Yo, it's your boy, your favorite bus driver, Mr. Reedus. Welcome to the Bus Driver Chronicles. Doing the Chronicles a little bit early tonight. I usually go at 8 p.m. We started about 6:35-ish. So thank y'all for tuning in early. If you're tuning in later, you know, any comments you have, go ahead and comment. I'm gonna hit the comments later, but when I say later, I mean tomorrow. When I post this, I'm done for the night. Again, I'm chilling. When I get done with this, I'm going to catch me a movie. Mr. Reedus had a long weekend, a long week. I ain't had no me time for real. So I'm going to do what I love. I love going to the movies. If you know that about me, you know that about me. So I'm going to go and catch a movie tonight. So what's up? What up, Ty? What up, cuz? What up? So let's hop right into the conversation tonight, man. I want to start off. With, well, let me start off with this. If you only know me as Mr. Reedus from the Bus Driver Chronicles, something you may not know about me is I'm also a minister. I'm also a gospel artist. I actually had an opportunity to minister and perform last night at the Gospel Fest here in Louisville, Kentucky, man. Big shout out to the city for showing up and showing out. All the artists were great. I did a new-ish set that was very well received, man. We had a really, really good time. So big shout out to Louisville for the Derby Gospel Fest. It was a dope time. And I'll post some videos of it. I think it's one on my stories right now, and I'll post a video on my page tomorrow or the day after, something like that. But thank you for coming out. Moving on, back to the bus related stuff. I'm disappointed. And if you saw my post last week, you probably know why. So last week was National Bus Driver Appreciation Day. I think it was Tuesday, Thursday. What day was it? Last week was, was National Bus Driver Appreciation Day. I think it was Tuesday. And I drive for 6 schools out of the school system that I'm in here at JCPS. Not a single one of my schools did anything for any of its drivers. We didn't get a bag of chips, a bottle of water, a card. I didn't even get a happy bus driver appreciation. They got no type of recognition. Now, as I said before, while I don't do this just for kudos and recognition, it's always nice to be appreciated, especially the year that us drivers have had here at JCPS. It's been wild, crazy, unprecedented for both drivers, parents, students, for everybody. But it's been a lot on us drivers this year. And the fact that none of my schools, and when I say none of my schools, I don't even just mean my schools. I've heard from several other drivers. A lot of them were saying, yo, none of my schools did anything either. There were a few that said, hey, my school, one of my morning schools did. They gave us a bag of chips and some water, or they had their class make a card, stuff like this, something just to show appreciation. But the vast majority, and when I say vast, I mean, I would probably argue that 85%, maybe 90%. And if I'm wrong, any of my drivers on here and hop on here, I would say 80 and above didn't do anything for their drivers, and I don't rock with that. I wasn't pleased with that. I was like, that's pretty trash. Your teachers, they get a whole week. I think administrators, I think they get a day. Actually, I think administrators' day was like the next day or the day after, something like that. And I saw a post from different people. I was like, oh, okay, bet. Wonderful. Interesting. Who's that? Boy from the Central go, excellent. Mr. Burns. I was like, okay, bet. All right. But let me also say this while I'm expressing disappointment, because again, don't do it for the kudos, but it's nice to be appreciated, man. I've seen and heard, different stories from different drivers that have gone more than I've been through, and really been put through the ringer, and I have been stressing this year. A lot of your older drivers that are used to the system being a certain way and getting hit with something totally different. It's totally different to everybody, but especially, I've only been in it 3 years. When you get somebody who's been in it 15, 20 years, and you throw something new at them that's been the same for them so long, it's harder to adjust, especially these longer hours. And you've got quite a few bus drivers are low-key retirees, or, people getting older in age, and they just want to do something they can do for 5 hours a day they can knock out. And now they're up to 8 to 9 hours a day. It's not what they're originally signed up for, which is why you have a lot of the old drivers out, retiring. The attrition rate is crazy. So that's what's happening, So to know that, and for JCPS teachers and I might want to just put on the teachers, but the principals, APs, whoever's over transportation, because every school system has a designated person that deals with most of the transportation. Sometimes it's the athletic director, sometimes it's the assistant principal. I think usually it's the assistant principal, sometimes the principal. But I feel like they really dropped the ball in an opportunity to show us drivers that they appreciate us. So I'm still a little like, y'all trash for that. But let me counteract that with this. I also heard a few teachers say that they knew nothing about it. I know a lot of y'all didn't know anything about it, but you don't really have to. Well, if you could, as a parent, do something for your child's driver. But I heard a lot of teachers say they didn't know anything about it. They hadn't heard of it, so on and so forth. A couple of them were like, well, JCPS should put it on the calendar or in the newsletter, that they get every month, and, noting that, hey, it's this day if you want to do something for your drivers, ... That's fair. I would say that's fair. If you don't know, you don't know. So I have a little bit of grace for that, leniency for that. I'm like, oh, okay, bet for those that did not know. But I know last year and the year before, I drove for several schools. I would say maybe one or two, wasn't all of them, did something nice, did something to show appreciation. But none of my schools, 6 of them, not a thing, not a word. So, it was like, okay, all right, cool, bet, that's what we're doing. But Let me tell y'all something really quick. So this is, and I'm gonna bring this up. Try to get this to somebody who is in the authoritative position to put this in the newsletter for next year, because National Bus Driver Day is the fourth Tuesday of April every year. I hope I'm saying that right. The fourth Tuesday in April every year is maybe it's the third. Hold up, because tomorrow's a Tuesday in April, isn't it? It's tomorrow. What's tomorrow? The 30th. It is the 30th because my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Sarita! If you're watching this, I know it's tomorrow, but I'm gonna tell you right now. Hopefully, I'm the first one. Let me double check that because I knew it until I had to say something about it. Let's see here. It was April 23rd. Maybe it's the third Tuesday in April. I said it right. The fourth Tuesday in April. It falls on the fourth Tuesday in April every year. But I feel like, maybe next week's the fifth Tuesday in April. Maybe that's what it is. So again, one more time, the fourth Tuesday in April of every year is National Bus Driver Day. This is for you parents, you guardians, you fellow drivers, you students, you teachers, administrators. Tell your schools, hey, next year we need to do better. Okay? And if you don't appreciate the bus drivers, all right, cool. Say that. Say that then. Walk out to me and say, hey, bro, I don't appreciate you. And I'm like, hey, man, I respect you telling me that. I'm going to close the doors in your face and pull off. That's what I'm going to do. But say that. Yo, don't just like not acknowledge us out here. All right? It's been a tough year. Let me hop in the comments and see if everyone hadn't said anything really quick. Christina said, getting my daughter's driver something this week. Can you give ideas on what is a good gift for our driver? If you have any relationship with your driver, hopefully you know a little bit about them. I would say try to get something that's geared toward their personality, who they are. But guess what? Summer's hitting. I would say get them, I don't know what your budget's like. If you get them like one of the little fans that they could put on the dash or they can put around their neck, it gets hot. And y'all know JCPS buses does not have air, AC. That would be a dope gift. Something to help keep us cool in these spring, summer months. A lot of drivers are driving over the summer for summer programs. I think that would be a dope gift. A gift card. You can never go wrong with a gift card. You know, whatever your budgets look like, I'm not saying do $50, $100, 10, 15 bucks, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, something like that. And you can never go wrong with a gift card. More than anything, it's just the thought that counts. Like whatever you give me, I'm just going to be appreciative that you thought of me enough to do something. To say, hey, you're here every day on time. You make sure you pick my kid up, make sure they get home on time and safe, this, that, and the other. Show appreciation, whatever that looks like to you. We're going to be appreciative. I can't speak for everybody. I don't think anybody's going to be like, ugh, I don't want this. The only thing I would say for me, and I would say maybe for other people, don't bake me anything. Okay? Don't bake, don't cook. I'm not going to eat it. I'm just being real with you. I don't know your house. I don't know you. I don't know your flavorings. I don't know any of that. One of my kids, was it Christmas? For Christmas, they baked some cookies. And it was like first of all, it was a flavor I didn't like, just to be real with you. But they baked some cookies. I'm going to be real with you. I didn't eat those cookies. I don't trust everybody's household. Like, that's why I don't do potlucks. Like, it's got to be family or like, I'm saying, I've seen too many videos. You've seen people with cats on the counters and chilling and cooking bowls and all this. No, we're not doing that. No, I'm cool. So I personally, if you don't have a personal relationship, know them on a first name basis, see them out in public, hang with them, something like that, baked goods, I'm cool. Can't speak for anybody else, but baked goods, no, thank you. But yes, please, like a gift card will probably be the perfect thing. And even if it's a Visa card, $20 or something like that, and and somebody can go buy what they need, gas card, anything. Okay, good ideas, good ideas. Hop in the comments for a second. Somebody said, please no baked goods. Yeah, no, Carla, yeah, please don't. I appreciate the gesture, because people have the mindset when I cook, it comes from the heart. It shows that I care, that I put time in. Do that for your family, not for a stranger. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good. People crazy out here. People, again, I don't know how clean your home is. I don't know how clean your hands are. I don't know what kind of seasonings seasoning you use. I don't know if it's sugar or if it's stevia. I don't know these things, and I don't like the unknowns. So that's for me. More than anything, these people are wild out here. You know, you might have left their kid one day and they came in with a smile and gave you some cookies, and it's got some rat poison or some fentanyl or something crazy in there. I'm good. I'm good. Let's see here. Katia said, I get it. I don't do work potlucks because of this. Facts. People be letting cats. I'm telling you, they do it. I've seen it. I've seen it. And I'll tell you this really quick with that potluck thing. And I used to work for Sullivan University, and they were good on potlucks, especially for Christmas and Thanksgiving and other things. And every time we heard, yeah, we're having a potluck, we're having a big dinner, I would get excited. Just the thought of like, man, tasting different food, until I walk in that kitchen or walk in that cafeteria or wherever everything is, and things be looking kind of good until I start eating it. And then it immediately hits my mind. I'm like, Ricky, what is wrong? What did you expect? What did you expect? Did you think you was at grandmama's house? Did you think you was at your family? Did you think you was at no? You know the environment that you in. You know the different stylings of cooking, and it would be this disappointment city every time. I'd just be like, I don't want to do that. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So again, I wasn't pleased with the lack of appreciation on Bus Driver Appreciation Day. So just throwing that out there, man. So again, the fourth Tuesday of every April is National Bus Driver Appreciation Day. There's another one that people see, but that one I believe is specifically for California. I looked that up because somebody gave me something one day, and I looked it up, and it's like, that's the one that's specific to that state. But one more time, fourth Tuesday every April, National Bus Driver Appreciation Day. Good point too, Ty. You said people have food allergies, for sure. All right, let's move on. So that's my disappointment. Let's hop into something about the future. So if you're not aware, back into some of the busing things, JCPS this upcoming school year is offering teachers bonus pay, additional pay to drive buses. Now, I'm actually pretty about 98.2% sure they did that this year too, because I know a few teachers from Atherton will drive some buses for Atherton. But they had a news article about it and everything about JCPS allowing teachers to drive before school, out school, picking up for the particular school that they work. I had a teacher approach me, I think it was last week, and he would just ask me what the hours look like, how long would your high school run, so on and so forth. So he and I had a conversation about it. I'm saying all power to you. Make that money. If you can make it happen, as long as your lesson plans ain't failing, you ain't failing our students on the education tip, you can do both. Go for it. So that's just a little. Tonight I'm not going to talk about the new transportation system and the plan. I've talked about that the past 2-3 weeks. I'm giving it a rest on tonight. I'm gonna have a guest either next week or the week after. We'll hop back into that. But we're not discussing that tonight. All right. I got me for about 10-15 more minutes and I'm out of here. So again, if you know any teachers, administrators at any of their schools, if they may or may not know about it, shoot them a text, shoot them an email, send them this stream, let them know what's up, just in case they don't know. They should know. It was sent out to anyone who has a JCPS email, I believe all the teachers. So I think that's a pretty interesting incentive to hopefully help remedy the bus driver shortage that we're having in our school system. Again, not just in the JCPS school system. It's not just Louisville. This is a national issue that we're having. So there's a little bit of something for the future. And my last thing for the night, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna end tonight on a little bit of hope. I saw this story last week about an 8th grader in I think it's Wisconsin, Glendale, Wisconsin. So an 8th grader in Glendale, Wisconsin, the bus driver of the bus they were riding in had a medical emergency, and while they were driving, they fell unconscious. And this particular 8th grader, his name is I hope I'm saying it's right, AC Holland. Their name is AC Holland, and they were quick on. They saw the bus driver lost consciousness, and they hopped over the wheel, grabbed the wheel, and steered the bus to the curb, hit the brake. Make sure, I don't know how they knew how to pull the parking brake. I guess they was like, oh, let me pull it. Boom, hit the brake, stop the bus, prevented potential catastrophe. You know, they could have gone into oncoming traffic. The bus could have gone over a bridge or overpass. You never know. It could have been a really, really bad situation. So this student grabbed the steering wheel, hit the brake, and then they called 911 and had the wherewithal. Let's think about this, man. Just to have the wherewithal to act and not panic is right there. Like, just to have the attitude of like something's wrong, and maybe they did panic first, but to spring into action before something went horribly wrong, to grab that steering wheel, you know, guide it over, park the bus, call 911. You know, some of these kids, they're in the panic. The first person they're gonna call is their mom and their daddy. Mom and the bus driver. And I'm sure there was kids on the bus that was said that the first thing they did, they probably called mama, called daddy, called home before anyone called 911. But they called 911. I'm gonna read the rest of this. Let's see here. I'm gonna read this really quick. I don't want to just say it. They grabbed. She said, I grabbed the steering wheel and then I got us to the curb and hit the brakes close. And then we hit the curb. I turned the wheel all the way because I didn't know where the parking brake was. I should have read the whole story. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to do this tonight. I kind of decided to do this last minute. Said Holland called 911 to get the driver's help. The school said the driver then regained consciousness and called Right Way Dispatch. That's their dispatch system, which sent a safety team and bus driver to complete the route. So this is an 8th grader that did this. And that's pretty dope, because when you think about it, they didn't just potentially save the life of that driver themselves, but however many other students that were on the bus, many other drivers that were on the road. I mean, this is like a real low-key, not even low-key miracle, like and huge blessing and awesome thing to have happened. So I wanted to spotlight AC Holland III. Man, you know, here from Louisville, Kentucky, bro. Kudos to you. Proud of you for having the wherewithal to spring into action and help save lives. Because that's what you did. You potentially saved lives. And that is nothing short of amazing. So big shout out to AC Holland III out of Glendale, Wisconsin. So that was my hope for tonight. A little something, in tonight with a little something to uplift our spirits. Because I tell you something, man, that is one of my fears of driving the bus is having a medical emergency, because anything can happen to any of us at any moment in any time. And having a responsibility, transporting children back and forth, anything can happen. You know, you can have an aneurysm, heart attack, stroke. All of these things are possible. You know, we don't want to think about it, but all of these things are possible. And sometimes I'm thinking, like, what if something like that happens to me? I hope that I have kids on my bus. I hope I have the ability, before I black out or anything like that, to call dispatch, pull the bus over, get in a safety position, call dispatch, say, hey, something's going on, send it, know where I'm at, so on and so forth, to hopefully hinder any type of catastrophe from happening. But if something does happen, that's a very crazy situation to be in. And it's something I think about on occasion, because it's something weird. Like, you be driving the bus, there's a triangle on our radio that when you press it, it's like it's an emergency channel. When you press it, all the radios for that compound, and they're all going to hear a little sound saying that there's an emergency on that bus. And typically you would then say, we've gone into a ditch, the bus is on fire, whatever's happening. But when you don't hear anything, when that siren goes off, that sound goes off, and you're on the bus and you don't hear anything after that, we're all like, yo, what's going on? Because something could have happened. They could have pressed it, but then lost conscious. The bus could have, went into a ditch, got hit by a vehicle. You never know, because we won't hear anything unless somebody presses the comm. You got to press that in order for us to hear whatever's happening on the bus. It doesn't just automatically go to create the sound for that bus. So all you hear is silence. So it is concerning when someone presses that button. And unfortunately, some people hit on accident sometimes. But again, big shout out to AC Holland out of out of Wisconsin. Big shout out. Hop in the comments really quick before I head out of here. Ty said, "Are drivers CPR certified?" Yes, that is a requirement that we are CPR certified before we even get our CDL, and we have to keep up with that certification. To be real with you, like, because I think like maybe like a couple months after my certification, every now and again I'm like, oh, now how many times am I supposed to press? So for a small kid, I use my 2 fingers. Is it 30 seconds, 20 seconds? So I think it would be wise of JCPS to make sure we do refresher courses throughout the year. Because if I, I'm just saying that might be smart because some people don't retain everything after 1 or 2 classes. Excuse me. Hop back into the comments. Michelle Ortiz says, "I teach my kids how to stop the bus and use the radio." That is pretty dope. That's a very smart thing to do. And you know what? I'm gonna adopt that. I never thought to do that. I probably in my mind was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to show them how to do this. I never thought to do that because honestly, I want them to know as little as possible so they don't do something stupid. If I'm like away from my seat for a second or whatever. But that is actually really, I think, a wise thing to do, especially your older students, your more mature students. To show them, if anything happens to me, if we get out of control, this is how you do this and the other. That's a pretty, I think, a wise decision there. But I'm about to hop off here tonight. It is 7:03. My movie starts in 30 minutes. And I got to finish getting up and getting out of here. But again, thank y'all so much for joining the Bus Driver Chronicles tonight. Quick little recap. I was a little disappointed in the lack of appreciation from our schools here at JCPS on National Bus Driver Appreciation Day. Wasn't feeling it. I'm just expressing my disappointment. I don't hate anybody. I'm not going to roll up on y'all. I'm not even going to treat y'all any differently. I'm going to serve. I'm going to do my job and operate in excellence, no matter how disappointed I might be in that moment. But there's that. Second thing, teachers, administrators, things like that. It's best looking for you to drive buses in the morning and or the afternoon. If you have the time, make a little extra money. And the last thing tonight, we had a hope story with AC Holland, the third out of Glendale, Wisconsin, having rescued several students on their bus after the driver lost consciousness. They gained control of the vehicle, pulled it over to the curb, stopped the bus, called the police. The driver gained consciousness, called into their compound, and got the safety team there and got all of the kids home safely. So big shout out for that. But I'm out. I'm about to go catch a movie. I'm about to enjoy my night, have a little me time. But I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening. I hope you have a great week. I hope everything you have planned for your week comes to fruition. All of your goals that you're looking to accomplish this week, knock it out. Let's get it. And as always, the wheels on the bus will continue to go round and round. Y'all have a good one.